Highway 40 for 13 kilometers.
Of data, I think that's what the modern word is, of data are now assembled by the Churchill Fellowship Foundation, and they believe that last Sunday's match in Canberra was the greatest game of all in Canberra. As mentioned, the galloping steeds from the north of the Tweed arrived in their maroon bus and were in against the horn-blowing Viking clack merchants, the Canberra Raiders. A game really that changed our understanding of what could happen in the game of rugby league. 80 minutes could not separate the teams, then a slab of extra time, then a golden point. It was Reach versus the Raiders, and the words, we'll have to think about this for some time afterwards, beyond impossible, came to mind. That was the only thing that came to mind. Obviously, think about things that are impossible and then go beyond it, and you get some idea of where we went to last Sunday in the rugby league. The Broncos get the feet up for a week before the prelim, and they get their playing coach back, which is going to be a tremendous Philip. Adam Reynolds looks as though he'll be back at least, and maybe Ezra Mann as well. Who can tell? The modern miracles of medicine. Trying to put the streak into a fully, a sporting context that people listening to the Bludge might understand. Fully sick in caps was my final. In other media commitments, that's how I expressed it. It was fully sick in caps. It's about the best I can do. It was just one of those afternoons. Australia did not know how it would end. The nation was rooted to the spot. We could not look away. And what a performance from standing coach Madge behind the glass when the golden point was notched. He just went, can I use this term, and I don't often like it in connection with rugby league or coaching the berserk. It was just an incredible outflow of emotion and excitement. And you just spot Trent Barrett on his own chair that he bought himself, one out, one back, lurking in view. It was just a great moment, and bashing on the glass, I thought it was going to break. I thought, hello, better call it John Zanders people, but not necessarily. They just did it with enough strength to draw attention themselves and no further. 29-28 scoreline. Climaxed a great weekend at Boot Feeder. The Sharks put away the Roosters at the House of Mole the night before. The Panthers are still there in a big way with a 24-8 win against the Wallanees. And sadly, the car horns remain silent along the home section of Belmore Road as the Dogs lost to the Storm 26-18. But there's a little bit of dog juice left with the build-up to. Wouldn't it be great if maybe Snoop could fly in a few days early if the Dogs make it through this weekend, and maybe have a message of hope for the team, dog on dog? I'd love to see that. And Belmont would be just the place to do it. And don't tell me Gus Gould isn't thinking Stoop dog. Wouldn't it be great to see the bloke come into the rooms just before the off? Obviously, he'd appear in a cloud of smoke. That's his go. And probably have a few kind words taken from one of his classics. And I think it's going to be just the tonic that the Dogs need. They're going to get a couple of players back, maybe. There's talk about Crichton playing. That'll be a miracle of modern injections if he can get out there. But we live in interesting times, unprecedented times. I don't like using that word. Outstanding and unprecedented times. Now, obviously, two teams are still there trying to make the big one from outside the top four. I think the Panthers were 6th in 95 and the Broncos 5th in 90. Finals fall out. There's a few things there. It's the Liverpool kiss back. Normally in the history of rugby league, in the old days, but in the modern era, the Liverpool kiss is considered a good role tactical weapon to have. Kids will be using that this weekend in their footy fixtures, in their schools matches, in their club matches, in the junior grades. They'll be bashing into the head of every head they run across. Now, miracles upon miracles in a weekend of wonder. Did I see a touch judge run on with a flag indicating there was a forward pass, or was I dreaming that? I know people listening to the show have an opinion about it, and they may be able to get in touch, but I'm pretty sure I saw a touch. He ran on. People were baffled by what he was doing out there, hadn't seen it in a lifetime of playing rugby league, and declaring it for a pass. The other one was a player sitting in for dissent? Now, this is a weird thing, because they sent the message around, they sent the email around to the referee saying they're going to crack down on headbutts, forward passes, and dissent. And now, I'm just going to do the abductive weekend and losing the spot. But let's go to the eliminators. And there's two great eliminators on this weekend in the NRLW. Knights beat Titans at McDonald Jones Stadium today at 2:30. You can still get tickets for that one. Obviously, there'll be a big crowd on hand to see the Knights hopefully take apart the Titans at McDonald Jones. And then later on, you might be able to get a plane up to QCB, which I think is Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Cowboys v Sharks at 4:15. You might be able to take both of those in. Now, on to the World game. And after a short spell in the wilderness, Ange, that's our Ange, that's Aussie Ange. He's back in the top flight